jump on and show how to use the new kit that I've got available in my Etsy shop. Hopefully you've seen the little announcement video that I did previously, but if not, this is the kit. So I'm hoping to do these every other month possibly. I've just got so many supplies that I use for myself and I end up with quite a lot of spare, so I thought I'd put some kits together and put them on Etsy for you guys to use as well. But I thought I'd give you some ideas with them. So the first kit is like a blue ocean theme. So there's some gorgeous papers in here, and I just thought today I'd jump on and make a quick traveler's notebook style junk journal with the kit so that it gives you a few ideas. I'm just going to use the kit for this video, but by all means you could, you know, add in things from your own stash, even just plain printer paper and things if you wanted to add more pages. But I'm just going to use this kit for now. And also, you don't have to purchase the kits. Obviously it'd be great if you did, that would be awesome. But you can just use things that you find. So as I go through, you know, you can substitute these for things that you found in charity shops and junk places and secondhand supplies and things. So just hopefully it gives you a few ideas. So I'm going to start off with the main pages. The kit comes with lots of bits that you can embellish with. But I'm just going to put those to one side for now. So you get kind of a little set of embellishments and some threads, and then there's some smaller book pages, old book pages. Like I said, this is an ocean themed one. But I'm just going to move those to one side, and I'm just going to start with the main bulk of my book, which is going to be these pages here. So I've got a large image page. I've got 2 napkins. This one's got some gorgeous boats on, and this one's got like a, I don't even know what to call it. I was going to say like a checked pattern maybe. And then I've got a piece of book page that's just got text on. I've got some plain coloured paper. And then I've got some larger pages as well. So I've got these 2 that are from an ocean book. So this one's a single sheet with the fish on. And then this one is a double one. There's gorgeous images on there. And then I've got this brown lined paper. I've got a piece of map paper. And then I've got this envelope. So I'm going to start off by just folding everything in half that's not already got a midpoint, if that makes sense. So this is fine, it's already got a midpoint. This I'm going to fold in half. I'm going to close it actually. I'm not going to seal it, but I'm just going to close it so that I've got a nice straight edge, and then fold that in half. Are we going to work? Actually, I'm going to make it slightly smaller than that because I want to use this flap. So I'm just going to measure it. Now, I'm not too fussed about this being too exact because I want it to be junk journal. So I'm going to use one of my other traveller's notebooks just to give me an idea for where the crease should go. There we go. So that's about the size that I want. So I'm just going to fold that in and make sure that's nice and straight. There we go. And then I'm going to leave that bit longer at the moment. I'm going to decide what I want to do with that afterwards. Okay, so that's one. And I'm going to use this as my cover, actually, the envelope. I'm going to use that as my cover, as my cover of my junk journal. And then I've got, that one's already folded. I might keep that one like that. I might just trim the height of this. I'm not going to trim anything that hangs out of the side at the moment, but I'm going to trim everything to the same height. And the height I'm going to use is like an A4 piece of paper. So for any American peeps. So that is, oh, better if it was turned around. It's about 8 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to trim the height for those. I'm going to trim this one as well. And I don't mind that it's going to chop off a bit of that envelope. So I'm going to fold it first though. You don't have to do that. Making a racket. So I want it to be 8 1/4, I said, didn't I? There we go. So that's that one. So that's the cover, and like I said, it's, you know, where that flap is for the envelope, obviously that's now chopped off, so it's a hole at the bottom, but I don't mind that, that's okay, we'll deal with that afterwards. So that's the cover, and then I'll chop the map page as well. I'm going to chop it so that the spine is still folded. I'll make that, come on. Okay, so like I said, it doesn't matter if it's not exact, but that's that one. So that's the same height, so that's one of my pages in there. Like I said, I'm going to do something with the bits that hang over, so I'm not too worried about that just yet. Let's see what other papers I've got. I've got this one, which is a sort of standard A4 piece of paper, so the height's already set on that one, that's fine. I'm going to put it in this way. So again, I'm just going to fold it. I'm just going to fold it in half actually. Just move that. And I'm going to keep all of the kind of scratty ends on. You could take them off if you wanted to, but I like the look of those. So I'm going to keep those. And that's another page. Okay, and then now I've got these ones. So like I said, this one's already got a middle point, so I think I'm just going to trim the height of that one to match. I think I'm going to chop a bit of that off. I'm not keen on that. I'll chop a bit of that off the bottom. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go. That's there. That's that one. Okay. So that can go in as well. And you know, I prefer that side, so I'm just going to fold it back the other way. Obviously you get both sides of the paper here anyway, but I want the big bright side. I want you to see that first, really. I might cover up the one with the bugs on. I love that print. How gorgeous is that? So, and that one. I'd rather you saw that first than the bugs, I think. So I'm going to do that and pop that in. Put those in the middle. And then, like I said, I've got another fish one here. I really like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a torn edge. So I'm going to keep that as the edge of there, I think. Yeah, I want to keep that. So I'm just going to make kind of a note where the paper wants to fold. I'm just going to fold that because it's not quite half, you see. This is slightly bigger than the full size of the full width. So that's there. Yeah, I don't mind how that's folded. So that gives me another page. So I might put that in. I don't want it to be kind of two fish ones together, if that makes sense. So I've got a fish one, then a map one, then I might have another fish one in there, and then the brown paper maybe, or the brown paper and then the fish in the middle. That's a nice one. Fish in the middle. Okay. And again, the height of that's not quite right, is it? So let's just see. I think I'll chop the bottom off because the fish is at the top, so I'm going to keep him and chop the bottom bit off. So again, just making sure I've got it at 8 1/4. And so if you use A4 paper, you don't need to do this step, because if you're not using the kit and you're using just your own supplies, just go for A4 and just use the height that's already set. And then it's just the width, which, like I said, we're going to do some bits with. And all these bits that you're cutting off as well, keep hold of those. Doesn't even matter if you've got bits like me where it's come off, just keep hold of those because we'll use them in the trims. You'll see actually as I did the kit, as I was cutting some of these pages down, I did get some little extra bits and I included them in the kit. I just bundled them up because they're really handy for decorating the pages. So I've included those as well, and any bits you cut off, keep hold of. So you'll see what I'm doing with those. Oh, put that back. So let's see, where was he going? In the middle, wasn't he? Back to the middle. So he's the right height now as well. Now, what else have I got? Okay, so that's all the big pages that I have. I have got some other bits and pieces. So this one I've got two options. I could either do a full tall page and then a little tab, or I could do it that way and have a shorter page. I think I might go for the full page actually. I go for the full page, and I might just, like I said, it's a junk journal, so it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just going to roughly fold it slightly shorter than the rest of them, so that I don't mind that it's, you know, it's going to be slightly different. And then that's just going to be a little tab. So let's see where we want that one. That might be quite nice around the map. That might be quite nice because it matches that really nicely. And then on the back, I could glue those together even, and I know I could keep the worm. We'll keep the worm. I like him. He's a bit creepy, but it's okay. And then we've got this one as well. I might just, do you know, I might just keep that as a smaller one. No, I'm going to use that as a pocket, I think. And keep that as a pocket. So then I've got these napkin pages. What are we going to do with those ones? I think I might fold that in half and put that in as a page actually. I like this print, so I'm going to do that. You get 2 napkins in the kit. I'm going to use one as a page and one as a decoration, so you can see kind of different ways that you might use them. Give you some more ideas hopefully. I'm just going to fold that, there we go. Because I'm folding this the other way, so it doesn't really want to fold there. So that's that one. And again, it's just a case of finding where we want to put it. I quite like that in front of there actually. Quite like that. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to put it the other way up so that I could have a pocket, because it's a double. So I'm going to put it the other way up, and then I could make that into a little pocket, I think. So that's that one. Doesn't want to fold the other way up, of course, because that would be too easy. There we go. So that there, and that one, and that one, little map. Okay, and then like I said, I've got this great big picture one as well. He could go in there. He matches the map colours quite well in the brown. I think I don't want him quite central actually, so fold him. I don't want to lose that fish's nose, so I might fold it right between the 2 fish. So that's kind of where I want to fold it, I think. Where did I say I wanted that now? There. I'm just working out which way to fold it, so I need to fold it that way. Okay. So that's there. Okay. So that's that one. I'm going to put him in there. Like that. And then I've got lots of bits left. I've got these offcuts that I just trimmed. Oh, sorry, that one came in the kit. I've got the offcuts that I've just trimmed off the edges of my pages. And then I've got this big page as well. So I'm going to keep the offcuts. Ooh, or shall I put that one in as a page? That map one's really nice. I might put that in as an extra page somewhere. Let's have a look. It could go right in the middle actually, around the fish. No, I'm going to keep that for decoration, I think. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one for a decoration. So I think that's it for main pages at the moment that I'm going to stitch in. Yeah, the rest, I've got tons more pages and images and things, but I'm going to use that as decoration, I think. So these are my main pages. Or do I just want, I might just want another one on there, I think. So I'm just going to fold that and just put that round the napkin. I quite like how that looks. I like how the text looks on the black and white, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So now I've got my pages, and you've seen all I've done is fold them where I want to fold them, and then I've just put them in an order that I like. That's all there is to it really. So that's it for now. All I'm going to do is paper clip these together. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This, I mean, you could add in a lot more plain pages if you wanted to. I might stick that to the inside of that when I'm done. So you could add more plain pages in. It depends what you're going to use your book for. If you want to do a lot of journaling and things, you might want to add some more plain pages, but I'm going to use a lot for images, so I really like this. I quite like this layout. No, that's fine. The only thing I was going to suggest is moving that to the front because it's so pretty, but then that would mean my text on this side would be upside down, so I'm going to leave that. Just thinking. Yeah, I'm going to leave that the way it is. Okay, so Now we need to stitch it together. So, no. Okay, so you just need one of these or something like this. This is an awl, or you could use a needle or a pin or something like that, but you need something that's going to poke a hole. So I like these, just find them really easy. And then you need some paper clips or some bulldog clips. So I've got some of these Cocoa Daisy ones, so I'm just going to use those. And it's just about lining it up now, really. I'm not worried about those bits coming out the top because, well, for one, I quite like the tatty bits, but for two, I'm going to go through and make this all decorative and pretty in a minute anyway. So, just making sure everything is lined up to that middle crease. So when I stitch it, it's all exactly where I want it to be. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to push it all in and make sure it's all sitting kind of really snug into that middle bit. And obviously these smaller pages, the height is just up to you, but the bigger ones, it's important to make sure that they're lined up in the centre. There we go. And that's it. So that's the middle. Okay. So now that I've got it all lined up where I want it, I'm just going to keep hold of it. Make sure it's got it. Stop everything moving. You can just use paper clips for this. I've just got these on handy on my desk, so I grab them. And then you just want to poke some holes, and you don't have to do it the way I do it. You can just put it on something that you don't mind poking holes into and push through. You can do it flat, but I worry about it moves. It moves sometimes for me, so I put it into a book. Now this is a book that I bought for junk journaling, so it's one I'm going to cut up and rip up anyway. And I just open it into a middle and then I sit it in because it kind of falls into that groove of the book then, if that makes sense. And then I poke the holes in. Now if you were doing a hardback book, and I will do some tutorials on these as well, if you were doing a hardback book and you'd want lots of different little junk journals inside it, little signatures inside it, you might want to measure these and make sure that you're doing it all exactly the same height and all your holes are all lined up. Because this is just a one-off journal, it doesn't have to match anything else. So I'm just gonna poke holes in it. I'm not gonna measure it. I'm just gonna go over it by eye, and I'm just gonna do 3 holes. So I'm gonna do one roughly where I think is the middle. So, and like I said, because it's in a book, it will push down. There you go, into the centre, and then one nearer the top, and one nearer the bottom. And it's just important to make sure it goes all the way through. That's it. And there you go. If you can see, because it's, let me move this out of the way. There we go. Because I did it in a book, it's poked right through in the middle. So I've done it before flat, and sometimes it comes through the side of the front cover or the back cover. So this is just, I found it a really easy way to make sure that it's all lined up. And I just poke it through again to make sure that the hole's nice and clean. And then we just need to stitch it. So also in the kit you get some fibres as well for decoration, and they're just very loosely bound together with some string, so it should just come straight undone, she says when she can't find it. There we go. So there you go, it just unravels, and then you'll see that it's actually, there you go, it's kind of a nice little, there we go, string. There's a little pile of threads. There is another piece of string there as well. So you have got some string inside. There we go. There is 2 pieces there actually. There we go. So, okay, so I'm just going to tie a knot in the bottom. Now there are loads and loads of different ways of binding junk journals. Tons of them. If you look on YouTube, there's loads of them. And if you want to kind of follow one of those, you'll probably need a longer piece of string. I'm just trying to use what's in the kit, so I don't have the longer pieces, so I'm just going to use short ones, but that's okay, that's not a problem. Like I said, you can do, and for me as well, I don't mind if the threads are hanging out, and you know, it just adds to the junk journaliness, so I don't mind seeing the knots. So I've just put a triple knot actually in one end, just because it's paper, the holes will just stretch, and if you've got a small knot it tends to pull through. So I've just got a nice big knot on the end. Okay, and then I just need to find a needle that's got a big eye, if that makes sense. So, okay, that should do. It just needs to be big enough to get the string through, but what you don't want is a needle where the needle's really skinny and the eye expands quite a lot, because then it'll push your hole bigger. So you just need to be careful. So it needs to be quite sleek but have a big enough eye to fit the string through. If you're using string, you could use plain old thread. I'd just say double it up a couple of times because you want it to be nice and sturdy. You don't want to start coming loose. Or you could use any other string that you've got lying around the house, and wool, cotton, anything that you've got lying around, really. That's the point. It's supposed to be a junk journal, so whatever you can find. There we go. So I'm just going to do a really basic thread through here. So I'm just going to go straight into the bottom, straight through everything, back through the middle. There we go. Come on. And there's not many pages in this, so you know, the fact that this is just a short piece of thread and it's just going to be a simple binding, it's fine. I do make really thick junk journals, and I make ones that go into hardback books. Like I said, I will do some tutorials on those, but if I did those, I'd make the string probably twice this length and thread it twice. But it's just a case of making sure it's nice and flat and it's pulled through, and then I'm going to go back through the middle. There we go. Come on. It's the very end of the thread and it doesn't want to play. Come on. There we go. So back through the middle, and then I'm just going to tie it into a normal knot. And then just pull it nice and tight. And that's it. So like I said, I don't mind the threads hanging. If you do, you could either put some washi tape down. Another neat trick is if you've got an envelope, put the envelope in the centre and use that to hide your stitching. So let me see if I can find one to show you. Okay, so it's a Christmas one, but it's the only one I had on my desk. If you opened that up, if you put that in the middle and stitched into there, then once your threads are done, you could close that and seal it up, and then that would be your middle page and you wouldn't see any of your stitching. So that's a neat trick, but like I said, I'm trying to stick with what's in the kit. So, and also for me, I keep my threads hanging anyway, even if I do traveller's notebook, kind of not junk journal ones, just normal ones. Like this one's my calendar. You can see I keep the threads hanging anyway because I quite like how they look. So now that that's done, we can take all this off, and that's the middle of our journal, and that's the main bulk of your journal done. So I just give it a good press. Make sure all those pages are in. That's what it looks like from the outside. So you've just got a very thin piece of thread, a bit of string, and then it's just a case of flattening it all down. If you've got a bone folder, even better. So you can just really press everything right down. Okay, and then it's just a case of dealing with the sides and decorating it. So you can see it's all in, it's all stitched. And now I'm just going to go through each page and decide what I want to do. So this one, I'm going to just make it shorter. So you can cut this if you want. I like to tear it. So I'm just going to get a piece of card and I'm just going to kind of almost mark the edge, if you like. And then just take it slightly in and just tear. So, because I like the look of the torn edge. So in fact I might do that smaller because I think the napkin's going to have to be the width of my book. So I'm going to use scissors for the napkin just because I don't think it'll tear very nicely. Of course you can use a knife as well if you want a nice straight edge to it. So that's, might just tear that in just a tiny touch more. Also it's a little bit trickier because it's napkin. It doesn't want to stay straight and still. Wants to move. So I think that's going to be, come on. And obviously with the napkin you've actually got you've got four if you separated the pieces, but I'm going to keep that like that and I'm going to make a pocket out of it, I think. So keep that there. I don't really want that to go straight to the edge. I might just tear it slightly shorter. And again, don't get rid of these little trims, keep hold of them, they're great for decorating the pages. So that's that one. This one. Now I really like this image, I don't want to lose it, so what I'm going to do is fold the page in. You can see it's still a little bit too long, so I'm just going to trim a little touch off the edge, but I am going to rip it because, like I said, I like that look. I can't find a ruler, so I'm just going to use, no I won't, I'll use the edge of my, can't find a ruler, there's one right there, goodness me. Oh, I meant my metal ruler, I'm searching for my metal ruler, I couldn't find it. So I'm going to just make it fairly straight, like I said it doesn't really matter, and just tear a little strip off. And then I'm going to fold that one inwards like that. So, oh, is it about right? Yeah, that's about there actually. That's perfect. Oh no, tiny touch, tiny, tiny, tiny touch. Okay, so I might just have to tear a teeny bit more off because you can just see it's overlapping the centre just a little bit. But again, don't get rid of the edges that you're tearing. I'm going to make a little bit of a strip because then I've got a strip to work with for decoration. See, I've got a decent strip there for decorating. So that's that one. So I'm going to tuck that in. There you go, and fold that in. So now you've got kind of an extra page there which has got a fold out. That piece, do I like it like that? Do you know, I might stick that to that one. I might stick that down just to cover that side, I think. And again, I'm going to tear the edge of it. I like that torn look, so I'm just going to tear a little bit off that. There we go, and then I'm going to stick that, and I'm just going to use some Pritt stick, I think, because it's only thin paper, so it's not particularly heavy, so it should stick fairly easily. There we go, I'll stick that there. So that's another one. Now my map page, what should I do with that? Should I fold that, or just, I might just tear that one. I think I'll just tear that one. So I'll just work out where it needs to be, about there. I'm just going to make a little mark. I'm just going to tear it slightly short of that actually. Like I said, there's not really an exact, it's supposed to be a junk journal, so it doesn't have to be neat. There we go, a little bit there. So that's that one. And then, oh, I love this. I love, love, love this. I love the colours on this spread as well. So, him, what should I do with him? Tear him, fold him, keep him like that. I like him too much. I might fold him over. Might fold him. He's only just a little bit too long, so I might just fold him in just a touch. Just a tiny touch on the edge there. There we go. Let's just tuck him in. Make sure that when you close, see, sometimes when you close it, it's a little bit long, just because of the way that it's got to curve around the centre. So I'm just going to fold it a little bit shorter. There we go. So that's him now. Yeah, perfect. It's hidden in there. So then this one, I'm going to rip again. So let's see where that needs to be, about that line there. And then I think I'm just going to rip quite a few of these. I'm going to rip that one. This one's obviously only just hanging out, so let's rip that one. And that one. And then I might make another pocket one at the back. So that I'm going to glue down as well, just because I don't really like the... Oh no, do I? Hermit crab. Shall I keep the hermit crab? Let's keep him. Let's keep him. I like that side better, but I don't mind both. That one I could fold in as well. Make a little pocket. Let's just check that the width. Yep, that's fine. That blue one's fine as it is. This one. See, I don't really like that, but I love this one. So I could fold that in and glue it and make that a double page. So I might do that. So let's just see where it would need to be about there. Okay. It'll be about there. So let's just, like I said, there's no exact science to this. I'm just seeing if that, when I fold it, yeah, that's absolutely fine. And actually, if I press that down, that'll give me the line for the other side there. So I might just, see, that has to fit. Okay, so I might just rip that edge just a touch longer than the crease, I think. There we go. Oh, I just love this. It's absolutely stunning. So I might just, yeah, I'm just going to, should I glue that or pocket that? I might make a pocket out of that one. So I'm going to get my, I want to cover him up. Let's get my double-sided tape and run that down. You don't need to do it down the fold side, but I'm going to, just to give it a bit more strength, because it's really skinny double-sided, this one. So I'm just going to pop a bit extra on. So of course don't fill the middle up, because then you won't be able to slide anything in as a pocket. So, and make sure you've not got a gap at the bottom for anything to fall out of. There we go. I'm just going to pull that off. There we go. And there's just a tiny little gap there, so I'm just going to fill that in. There we go. And fold that. And if I just stick that down them three sides, then I will have a pocket in the top. So what I'll do, I think, is just tear a little bit of the top, just so that it's more obviously a pocket. I might get rid of that white, actually. Let's get rid of that white bit. And yeah, there we go. Just tear that. There we go. Like I said, I don't mind having that extra little bit there. That just adds to it for me. So now I've got a little pocket page, and I love that. That's gorgeous. Then I've got this napkin again and this bit at the back. So I might just cut that one down. It's a bit of a pain on the napkin because I can't fold it to make a mark. So I'm just going to pop a little pen mark in. Okay, it's lining that up. I wonder if it'll tear. Let's try. Let's try. Oh, it does. Bit of, obviously it's a rough edge, but I don't mind that. No, it does tear okay. Kind of gives a bit of a fluffy edge to it, but that's all right. Let's see if that's okay width-wise. And then that last piece I might glue. Now, I like this where it says Cycles of the Moon. I like that side. I'm not keen on vertical commuters. I might glue it that way. So again, I'm just using Pritt Stick. So that's that one. And let's stick that down. So let's see this back cover. This back cover, I'm going to rip. Cut, roll, fold, rip. What am I going to do? Cut it, fold it, rip it. I'm going to cut it. Just decided I'm going to cut it. So I'm just going to use my ruler. Oh, sorry, you're knocking the camera. It's making you all seasick. Huh? Right, let's just pop that on the edge there. And just use my knife, I think, for this one. Just make a mark first. Okay. And then I'll just flip it around because it's easier to cut. Yeah, that should be easier. There we go. And like I said, keep hold of these. So that's it, guys. So I'm going to pull them out just because. But But that's it. That's your basics of a traveller's notebook size junk journal. So you can see I've got all my nice little pages in. It'll be perfect for journaling and sticking photos in and just generally junk journaling in, and I absolutely love it. I love this little like ocean theme. The fish are so cute. Get rid of that bit. And like I said, I don't really measure and trim, I just rip most of mine. Rip and fold, and yeah, a little fold out there. So that's the basis of the journal. So like I said, I just wanted to show you how you can make one. That's a pocket out of the kit. I'm going to do a follow-up video because I've still got tons and tons of supplies left. And obviously I've got all of the decorative bits. So I've got this little pocket of decoration. I've got all of the offcuts that I've just cut as I've been making the journal. I've got some threads and fibres and things, bits of book. I've also got some other pages that come in the kit. I've got some little scrapbook pages. I've got some little tea card pages, some of the old book pages, and then I've got another napkin, a card. You see, I've got tons left. So, and some images. Oh, more fibres. So I'm going to do another video showing you how to decorate the little traveller's notebook that you've made, little junk journal. So you could either use that as a full junk journal, or you could use that as a signature, and this you'd call that as a signature, and then you'd make 3 or 4 of these and put them together in a big book. So it's up to you what you want to do with the kits. So like I said, I'll see you in the next video and we'll look at how to decorate it. Thanks guys, bye.